Nobody cares about your excuses. That's a hard truth, but it's the truth that will set you free. Too many people spend their lives explaining why they haven't made it yet, why things aren't working out, why they haven't taken action. But here's the reality. Nobody is sitting around waiting to hear your reasons. The world doesn't pause because you had a bad day. The world doesn't adjust itself to your struggles. It keeps moving, and if you want to be successful, you have to move with it. Excuses are easy. They give you a way out, a justification for staying exactly where you are. They make you feel like you're not responsible for your lack of results. But at the end of the day, results are the only thing that matter. When you look at the most successful people in the world, they didn't get there by explaining why things were hard for them. They got there because they pushed through, even when everything was against them. They found solutions instead of focusing on problems. They didn't waste time telling people why they couldn't do it. They just did it. Think about it. When was the last time you heard someone admire a person because of their excuses? It doesn't happen. People admire results. People respect action. You don't look up to the person who says, I wanted to be successful, but I had too much going on. You look up to the person who had every reason to quit, but refused to. The one who had obstacles, setbacks, failures, and still made it happen. That's the person who earns respect, not the one with the best story about why they couldn't. The most dangerous thing about excuses is that they feel justified. When you tell yourself you're too tired, too busy, too unlucky, it feels real. But feelings don't build success, actions do. Every time you allow an excuse to control your decisions, you are giving up control of your own life. You are choosing to let your circumstances dictate your future instead of taking charge and making things happen. And that's the difference between those who make it and those who don't. The ones who succeed are not the ones with perfect conditions. They are the ones who refuse to let their conditions define them. Life is never going to be fair. Some people are born into wealth, others into struggle. Some people have connections, others have to build everything from scratch. But none of that matters as much as what you do with what you have. There are people who started with less than you, who had more challenges, and they still found a way. Not because life was easier for them, but because they refused to let excuses hold them back. They understood that success isn't about where you start, it's about what you do consistently. Every second spent making an excuse is a second that could have been spent finding a solution. Every time you say, I can't because, you are reinforcing a mindset that keeps you stuck. The difference between the person who wins and the person who stays in the same place isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It's the decision to keep going no matter what. It's the refusal to be held back by circumstances. It's the relentless focus on getting things done instead of explaining why they aren't done yet. If you want something, you have to earn it. No one is going to hand it to you. No one is going to feel sorry for you and make your dreams come true. The only thing that will get you there is action. And action starts when you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility. Stop seeking validation. Too many people waste their lives waiting for approval, looking around to see if others think they are good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. They hold back from taking action because they are afraid of what people might say. But the truth is, the more you seek validation, the more power you give away. You are letting other people decide what you are worth instead of defining it for yourself. And the problem with that is simple. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to care about what you're doing. Nobody is sitting around waiting to cheer you on. Nobody is losing sleep over whether you chase your dreams or not. People are wrapped up in their own problems, their own ambitions, their own distractions. And if you live your life trying to impress them, trying to gain their approval, you will never be free. You will always be controlled by what others think. And that is the fastest way to limit yourself. Because the truth is, no matter what you do, there will always be someone who doesn't approve. There will always be people who doubt you, who criticize you, who don't understand your vision. If you let that stop you, you are letting people who don't even matter dictate your future. The need for validation is dangerous because it keeps you stuck in a cycle of hesitation. Instead of doing what you know you need to do, you wait, you hesitate, you overthink, you wonder if it's the right time, if people will support you, if you will be judged. And in that waiting, opportunities pass you by. Time slips away. The people who are truly successful in life are the ones who move forward without waiting for permission. They don't waste energy trying to be liked. They don't slow down to explain themselves to people who will never understand their drive. They know that their purpose is bigger than other people's opinions. The people you admire, the ones who have built something great, didn't get there by seeking approval. They got there by trusting themselves. They took risks. They made decisions even when people told them they were crazy. They understood that validation is an illusion. One day people love you, the next day they don't. If you base your confidence on what others think, you will always be chasing something that changes with the wind. That is why the most powerful thing you can do is believe in yourself, even when nobody else does. When you seek validation, you are asking someone else to tell you that you are enough. But you were enough before anyone ever gave you permission. You don't need someone to agree with your vision for it to be real. You don't need applause to take the next step. The only approval that matters is the one you give yourself. The only voice you need to listen to is the one inside that tells you to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep believing. People will always have opinions, but opinions don't build success. Action does. You can't afford to live your life trying to convince people who don't see your vision. You can't waste time worrying about whether everyone understands your journey, because at the end of the day, the people who doubt you now will be the same ones acting like they supported you all along when you make it. The people who criticize you today will be the same ones asking for advice later. But none of that happens if you spend your life waiting for permission. The sooner you stop looking for validation, the sooner you start moving with confidence. And when you move with confidence, you stop caring who approves and who doesn't. You stop worrying about being liked, and you start focusing on winning. That's when everything changes. Hard work beats complaining every time. Too many people waste their energy talking about what's wrong, what's unfair, what's holding them back. They focus on everything outside of their control, blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck for why they haven't made it yet. But complaining doesn't change anything. It doesn't move you forward. It doesn't build success. The only thing that does is work. Relentless, disciplined, focused work. Complaining is easy. It feels good in the moment because it takes the responsibility off your shoulders. It gives you an excuse to stay where you are. But excuses don't pay the bills. Excuses don't build careers, grow businesses, or create opportunities. The only people who succeed are the ones who choose to get up and do the work no matter how hard it gets. They don't waste time dwelling on what's wrong. They put their energy into finding solutions and making progress. The reality is nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't stop for your struggles. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It moves forward with or without you, and the only way to keep up is to put in the work. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by complaining. They got there by showing up every single day, putting in the effort, and refusing to quit. They understood that their dreams would only become reality through action, not words. Every second you spend complaining is a second you could have spent improving. Every time you tell yourself that things are too hard, someone else is out there pushing through the same struggles and getting ahead. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's the willingness to do the work even when it's uncomfortable, even when nobody is watching or cheering them on. People who complain focus on problems. People who work hard focus on solutions. The more you focus on problems, the more stuck you feel. The more you focus on solutions, the more power you take back. That's why hard work always wins. It shifts your mindset from being a victim of your circumstances to being in control of your future. It forces you to take ownership of your life instead of waiting for things to change on their own. There will always be challenges, there will always be obstacles, there will always be reasons to quit. But those who win are the ones who push through anyway. They don't look for the easy way out. They don't waste time blaming the system. their past, or other people. They take what they have and they make it work. They get up earlier, they stay later, they put in the extra effort when everyone else is making excuses. Complaining is a habit, and so is hard work. The more you complain, the more powerless you feel. The more you work, the stronger you become. The choice is yours. You can spend your life talking about why things aren't fair, or you can outwork every excuse and make things happen. Because at the end of the day, the results will always tell the truth. And results only come to those who are willing to do the work. Eliminate distractions. Your future depends on it. Every single day, you are faced with choices. Choices that either move you closer to your goals or pull you further away. The biggest killer of success isn't a lack of talent or intelligence. It's distractions. It's allowing yourself to get caught up in things that don't matter, things that waste your time, things that take your focus away from the work that will change your life. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they don't protect their focus. They let their time slip away on meaningless activities, scrolling through social media, watching endless content, engaging in drama, and giving energy to things that have no return. They start their day with good intentions, but before they know it, hours have passed, and they haven't done anything productive. They convince themselves they were busy, but being busy is not the same as being productive. Success doesn't come from movement, it comes from intentional action, and intentional action requires focus. Distractions are designed to keep you stuck. The world is built to pull your attention in a million different directions. Companies spend billions of dollars figuring out how to keep you addicted to your phone, to notifications, to entertainment. Every time you check your phone, every time you lose an hour to meaningless scrolling, you are giving away your most valuable asset, your time. And once time is gone, you don't get it back. That's why eliminating distractions is not just a productivity hack, it's a necessity if you want to achieve anything significant. The most successful people in the world are ruthless about their focus. They don't waste time, they don't entertain distractions, they don't engage in things that don't serve their vision. While everyone else is consuming, they are creating. While everyone else is getting lost in distractions, they are making progress. That's not a coincidence, that's a choice. And that choice is available to you every single day. Most people underestimate how much time they waste. They think a few minutes here and there don't matter, but those minutes add up. A few minutes of distraction turns into an hour turns into a habit turns into years of lost potential. If you want to win, you have to take control of your time. You have to be intentional about what you allow into your life. That means cutting out the noise, setting boundaries, and making sure that every single day is aligned with your bigger goals. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. You don't need more hours in the day, you need more focus in the hours you already have. That means removing unnecessary distractions before they take over. That means turning off notifications, setting limits on social media, saying no to time-wasting activities, and surrounding yourself with an environment that helps you stay locked in on what matters. Every goal you have depends on your ability to stay focused. Whether it's building a business, getting in shape, learning a new skill, or improving your life, it all comes down to how well you manage your attention. You can't afford to give your energy to things that don't matter. You can't afford to waste time on things that aren't bringing you closer to your dreams. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the most talented. They are the ones who have mastered the ability to stay focused, to shut out distractions, and to commit to doing the work day in and day out. Discipline over motivation. Consistency wins the game. Most people wait until they feel like doing something before they take action. They wait for motivation to hit them, for the perfect moment, for that surge of energy that makes everything feel easy, but that's exactly why most people never get anywhere. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired, and other days you don't. If you only work when you feel like it, you will never achieve anything great. The people who succeed are not the ones who rely on motivation. They are the ones who show up and do the work no matter how they feel. Discipline is the ability to take action regardless of emotions. It's the ability to push through boredom, fatigue, and doubt. It's the ability to commit to a goal and stay consistent, even on the days when it's hard, when it's frustrating, when every excuse in the world tells you to stop. That's what separates winners from everyone else. Not talent, not luck, discipline. The ability to stay focused and keep moving forward no matter. Motivation is easy to find at the start of a journey. Everyone is excited in the beginning. When the goal is fresh and the vision is clear, motivation feels strong. But that feeling never lasts. The excitement fades, the grind begins, progress slows down, and that's when most people quit. They assume that because they don't feel motivated anymore, something is wrong. But nothing is wrong. That's just how the process works. Every goal worth achieving requires long periods of effort with little to no reward. And the only way to push through those moments is discipline. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation. They have built habits that keep them on track. They don't wake up and ask themselves if they feel like working, they just do it. They don't make decisions based on emotions, they make decisions based on their commitments. That's why they win. Not because they are special, but because they understand that success is about doing the work, not waiting for the feeling. Discipline is built through repetition. The more you do something, the easier it becomes. The first day is hard, the first week is uncomfortable. But if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the work, it becomes a part of you. Eventually it stops being something you have to force yourself to do and becomes something you just do. That's the power of consistency. It turns effort into habit and habit into results. Most people think they need motivation to take action, but the truth is the opposite. Action creates motivation. The hardest part is starting. Once you start, momentum takes over. But you have to take that first step. You have to train yourself to act even when you don't feel like it. You have to teach yourself that your goals are non-negotiable. Waiting for motivation is the fastest way to stay stuck. If you only work when you feel good, you will never be consistent enough to see real progress. But if you commit to discipline, if you show up every day, no matter what, success becomes inevitable. It's not about massive bursts of effort. It's about small, consistent actions repeated over time. That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. The ones who win are not the ones who started with the most motivation. They are the ones who kept going long after the motivation was gone. Surround yourself with winners. The people you spend the most time with will either push you forward or pull you down. Energy is contagious. Mindsets are contagious. Habits are contagious. If you are constantly around people who complain, make excuses, and settle for less, that energy will rub off on you. No matter how motivated you are, if you are surrounded by the wrong people, they will drain you, distract you, and keep you from reaching your full potential. Look at your circle. Are the people around you pushing you to be better, or are they keeping you stuck? Are they challenging you to grow, or are they making you comfortable with staying the same? Too many people stay in the wrong environments out of loyalty, out of habit, out of fear of being alone. But the truth is, nothing will slow down your progress more than surrounding yourself with the wrong crowd. If you want to win in life, you need to be around people who are winning. Winners think differently. They don't waste time on negativity. They don't sit around complaining about their problems. They focus on solutions, on growth, on becoming better every single day. When you are surrounded by that mindset, it pushes you to do more. It forces you to step up. It makes you realize that success isn't about luck or talent. It's about habits, discipline, and the willingness to put in the work. Most people underestimate how much their environment influences them. You might think you are strong enough to stay motivated no matter who you're around, but the reality is, your surroundings will always shape you in ways you don't even realize. If you are constantly around people who lack ambition, who procrastinate, who make excuses, that energy will start to affect you. You might not even notice it at first, but over time, it will slow you down. It will lower your standards. It will make you settle for less than you are capable of. The opposite is also true. When you surround yourself with high achievers, with people who are disciplined, focused, and driven, you can't help but level up. their mindset, their habits, their work ethic. It all pushes you to be better. You see what's possible. You see what it takes to succeed. And most importantly, you start to demand more from yourself. That's the power of being in the right environment. Success is not just about working hard. It's also about putting yourself in the right situations with the right people and the right energy. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if you are constantly surrounded by distractions, negativity, and small-minded thinking, it will hold you back. You need to be intentional about who you allow into your space. You need to protect your energy. You need to make sure that the people around you are aligned with the vision you have for your life. If you don't have winners in your circle right now, that's okay. Start seeking them out. Read books by successful people. Listen to podcasts that challenge your thinking. Follow people who inspire you. Most importantly, work on becoming the type of person who attracts winners. Winners want to be around other winners. They don't waste time with people who aren't serious about growth. If you want to be in that circle, you have to earn your place. You have to show that you are committed, that you are disciplined, that you are willing to do whatever it takes to succeed.